All right, folks, this is Channing Humphrey with Semi-Pro Live, and we are back live. It's a Friday night edition, and this is a special edition program. This one is all about the linemen and the lineman love. I've got the guru LT2T LT2 in the house. I'll try to go with your Instagram tag. I'll try to, not the Instagram tag, the Facebook tag, trying to show you some love, but I got my guy in that you've seen the trail of bodies over the past year. That is in this gentleman right here. So I'm going to let him take it away. First, we're going to start off with where he's been, because if you're looking for a high-level lineman trainer, this is your guy. He's worldwide. When I say worldwide, he's actually worldwide, training linemen all across the globe. One of the best in the business. But to the people and to our Semi-Pro Live audience, which is a little familiar with you, Coach Logan, I'll let you take it away.
What's up, everybody? Man, first of all, I'm so humbled to have, so much help with this deal. O-line and the cellular level is a team sport, so to have as much support as we've had with LT2FBA and be able to get with Semi-Pro Live is a true honor. So first of all, my name's Coach Logan, Tulu Tillman. I was the youngest offensive line coach in pro football. In 2020, I played pro football 2 years. I failed and succeeded at the highest level. And that's what really, fueled me to make LT2FBA global. And what is that? It's a company where we're a holistic lineman company. We take anybody that wants to listen, whether that be a coach, a player, or somebody that wants to be involved with the game, and we help them get to that next point. So I tell guys all the time that everything in O-line play starts from the ground up. So that's where we start. So I don't want to nerd out too much, but I would say just my biggest opportunity was probably last summer with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I was only supposed to be with them for 2 days because they couldn't go into the facility. I ended up being with them for about 2.5 months, 3 months. And then that catapulted me to be able to, double down on my program and be able to triple my enrollment and be able to get and service some of the top offensive linemen in the NFL. And so the point of me saying all that is that, entrepreneur by trade, but O-line is my life. It's who I am and what I do. And so, like you were saying earlier, traveled all over, have, training hubs in England, France, Ghana, anywhere that they play offensive line, there's probably somebody taking a one-leg pass it. So that's who I am, where I'm from. LT2, the overarching umbrella of that is, fair's never final. So, make sure you need to be. So that's who I am, where I'm from.
All right, man. Well, hey, it was an introduction. If you believe it or not, he left out some very interesting and some very crucial portions of that story. But luckily for us, we'll have access to him all season. He's going to be over all lineman training for the Big 12. So if you're a Big 12 athlete, if you're looking to take your lineman game to the next level, if you're a parent looking for a way to train your young athlete, get in contact with Logan. He works with all leagues, but he's got a favoritism thing going on over there with the Big 12. And also, hey, if you want your son to get hands-on NFL training, you got to bring him over to Tide, man. Crimson Tide, you got the best lineman trainer in the business, point blank. You couldn't have a better coach to get your lineman ready for battle than someone who's actually done it at the highest levels and gets the players on the highest level prepared for battle. But without further ado, man, you've got a new event that's going to be coming to the DFW, man. Tell us a little bit more about this trench wars that you have going on.
Man, I'm excited. We're going to be able to see who the biggest dogs in DFW are. So on the 9th, we're going live. We're going live at Nolan Catholic. Everybody, you've heard it here first. We want to find out who the biggest, baddest dogs in the city are. But coaches, do not worry, right? We want to include you, okay? So I believe everything starts from the ground up. So coaches, understand that if you're going to sign up for this event, we're going to help you build your lineman from the ground up, okay? But it's going down at Nolan Catholic on the 9th. It's $200 entry per team. And then there's going to be a cash prize for the biggest dogs out of the top 2 oldest groups, the 2 middle groups, and the 2 So you put $200 down, you have the opportunity to ballot out for $500. We're giving out 3 $500 prizes to the top oldest 2 groups against each other. The top 2 middle groups and the top youngest 2 groups are going to ballot out. So essentially, you're going to have your best 8U in the land versus the best 9U for the bread. Okay. Then we're going to have the best 10U versus 11U and the best 12U versus 13U to get that cash prize.
So this is, to be clear, this is open to all linemen from anywhere?
Yes, sir. 8U to 13U. And there's five active players and 2 subs. So each team, each division, let's compete. Let's see who the biggest dogs are.
Okay, and just to be clear, unlike some other big man competitions or lineman challenges that'll be going on, you got cash prizes for the actual competitors.
Yes, yes, sir. And so, how's it going to happen? The coach, whoever that coach is. So, say if I'm Coach John Doe from the Big Fellas United, I'm going to cash out Coach with my team name, and then I'm going to get my 5 guys ready to boogie. And then, if I have extra 2 subs, it'll be 7. So we'll go there. We'll compete. If we win out in our division, we'll go against the older group. If we're the younger guys, and then that gets paid out to that unit. So that coach will get that payment. He'll be able to get it to his players. So it's one of the things where I feel like we're going to get you a high level technique, and then we're going to get you high level one-on-ones right now and available to you immediately. And I've been all around doing camps, and the one thing that I hate is that we don't give our babies something to look at. So everyone that's competing, every rep's going to be on tape, and that'll be up to the coach's discretion to be able to get those and distribute out to his guys.
Oh, most definitely. And, on the 7U division, I already know that Dre's going to win. So I'm going to put him in there. He's going to win that money. And he's going to pay for that Whole Food meals.
So big shout out to Coach Green, the Tide. They've already got the 11U and the 8U big fella signed up, ready to roll. And the biggest thing to anybody listening and watching, understand that this is about helping your linemen become the best version of them and to give them a chance to compete at the highest level. So just a little bit of more background to it. They're going to get in there. We're going to get them start. There's going to be people there to be able to give them unbiased wins and losses. So it won't be Coach Logan standing there saying, win offense, loss defense. We're going to have an unbiased coach there that's unattached to any program, being able to say wins or losses and be able to get you up to date coaching on the second.
All right. So what time is this event going to start, and how do they sign up and register?
So you sign up to register. You can send your $200 fee in through Venmo to @Logan Tillman, or you can DM me if you have any more questions. And then we're going to have check-in at 10:30 a.m. And we're going to start promptly at 11:15. And it's going to be tournament style. So registration can be cut off on the 2nd, so then we can get the bracket set. But you're going to come in, you're going to check in at 10:30, then we're going to get rolling at 11:15, and it's tournament style. So you're going to come in. So say if I'm Big Fella United going against Big Drip's team, the 8U Tide, we're going to go there. Everybody's going to have 2 reps each. Okay. Flip it offense to defense, 2 reps each. The winner that coach decides, the referee decides, will be advancing on. And that's the person that loses will be going against the consolation game. So even though they won't have the opportunity to compete for the money after that loss in NCAA tournament style, you'll still be able to get your reps against those other teams that may have took an L as well. So you guys can still get that development going.
Okay. Well, just so you know, the official name of the Crimson Tide 7U lineman is Drip and the Drippers, because everybody icy this year. Shout out to Max Sporting Goods. Everybody dripped out this year.
Awesome.
But anyway, man, off of that note, let's talk about the awesome facility that this event is being held at, man. I got a chance to spend some time over there at Nolan Catholic, had a chance to speak with Coach Williams, man. Just tell us what it's been like holding, because you've been holding sessions there. So even if you're not able to make this event, if you still book with Logan, you're in the Tarrant County area, tell us about training at this beautiful facility.
Yeah, well, the biggest ode has to go to Mr. Green, and just the putting his money where his mouth is. I haven't seen a youth coach much of a emphasis on the offensive lineman, and I get motivated by people that are doing things just because And what he told me is that he wants to get that group become the best in the DFW. So if that's interested, anybody that's watching, that's the job description for the Tide, and this is where Coach Green has them practicing at. And I'm blessed to be able to be just a conductor of the show per se. But biggest thing, with that, anybody out there that's watching this now, understand that when you come to the Trench Wars deal, we're going to support you and your staff to help you guys get ready. But when we get into that deal and we're competing, no friends. Okay. So anybody that wants to be a part of the inner crew, okay, wants to roll 2 times a week, on Coach Green's dime, the Tide is that program for you.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Now, just to speak on a little bit more on Nolan Catholic, I mean, there's a lot of kids in the area. I know there's a new wave of kids who are choosing to go the private school route over going to traditional public school. It's a great facility. It's a beautiful campus. This is probably where I'm looking to send my son when he begins his high school years. I just would encourage to all the parents, take a serious look at Nolan Catholic. They're doing some beautiful things in the central area of the DFW. They're not just a Fort Worth school. They've got kids all the way out from South Lake, all over the DFW, and it's a proud football tradition. So if you're looking for a place where your kid's going to be seen and get a next level education with moral value and fiber, definitely check out Nolan Catholic, or check out Coach Williams, man. He's a great leader. But anyway, let's just talk a little bit more about the event, man. So what was the actual motivation behind starting this type of event? What need or space did you see out there that you were looking to fill?
Yeah, so really just the linemen are the forgotten people per se. I look at it all the time, like the linemen of every program, they're like the AC. No one cares about it until it's not working. So I think for me, being able to get
Man,
a baseline to think off of, how, why, and what can help them out, and then be able to give a showcase so they can compete. Just to go back 2020 when I moved to Dallas, I was coaching at Duncanville, and I got on the road and picked up a kid from my hometown, Aquarius Green. And he got an offer after 2 quarters of competing in 6 pancakes. So stuff like that, and having the social,
man.
being able to help a young man be able to get a scholarship offer at 12 years old was amazing to me. I just want to keep replicating that, because I feel like it's cute that I got about 14 All-Americans. It's cute I got about 30 NFL guys, but I want 60. I want 50 high school All-Americans. And I feel like that'd be the standard for my program. So when I'm not here, right, and then we're talking about back in the day, that crazy coach that would all run his mouth at us every day, he gave us something to think and stand on. Okay. And so the base premise of this event is to be able to give the big fellas some confidence, some swag, and let them know that they are the elite if they choose to be. And I don't want to get too much on a tangent, but there's so many times in my background, from the mentorship aspect, where our young men don't have something to envision themselves in. So if I can spend time with you and tell you about my failures and how I've succeeded and how I believe I'm best in the world at what I do, from not quitting, I feel like it's worth it. So at the base level of mentorship, it's about, being able to share a testimony. I was from an 09 team, played professional football 2 years, and coach at the highest level now. And that's not by accident or by osmosis. It's by wanting to see as bad as you want to breathe and attack in the process with what I believe enthusiasm unknown to mankind is your need. So base premise of it, long-winded answer, is to be able to share my testimonies, my failures, and my successes, but be able to get them a space where they can compete and tee it up, and have a space where it can be competitive and not combative. Right. And one problem that I've seen in youth football that I haven't liked is just that we're not preparing our young men for when the world tells you you're not good enough. At some point, life is going to slap you in the face and pee on you, right? And what's next? As a man, it's you stand up, you walk through that, and you get something out of it. So I think the long-winded answer is be able just to share a testimony, be able to help coach these young men up, but really just give a space for the big fellas and move the position forward.
Man, what in a crazy story, I was watching an interview on ESPN, and they were talking to Anthony Munoz, offensive lineman for the Cincinnati Bengals back in the day, Hall of Famer, and he was asked to describe what it's like to play offensive line at the highest level, and what did it take to do. And he said the best way I can describe it is to take an old school metal fan and take the front cap off of it, get down into your lineman stance, and stick your face into it. If you could do that, you could play offensive line. So it takes a special type of guy, but I'm glad that we're not doing it the brute way that did back in the day. We have players like you. We have current and former athletes like you who are getting out here training our young athletes. But before we get ready to wrap this up and get to our next portion, man, we got to do our little Carmen San Diego portion, man. You get around, you might be the only person in youth sports who travels more than me, partially because I do most of my traveling during the weekends. You making moves during the weekdays. So where you been, man?
Yeah, well, so I've been really blessed and lucky. I'm on the O-line Pride training tour now. I've got about 12 dates coming up. We were just in Atlanta for the Next Gen camp, which was awesome. And then I was doing a little bit of social work stuff, working with some pro guys out there. But yeah, so the next step with that is I'm taking the next step to become a paralegal. So once I,
Okay.
tour, that'll be the next step. And I'll be in the DFW 24/7, running my mouth, trying to get going on some smaller grassroots civil rights deals. So that's pretty much it.
Hey man, that's what's up. Hey, that's part of. I have you on here a lot of times. I always like to celebrate the fact that you play. I'll never tell what college you went to because I was born at the Ohio State Medical Center. But I always like to brag on the things. I always like to brag on the things that you've done as an athlete. I don't think that me personally, I haven't celebrated the fact that hey, this is a guy who's got 2 degrees from 2 different. Am I short? Is it more than
Oh
two?
no, you're right.
2 degrees from 2 different prestigious universities. One of them is Michigan, and the second one was it was TSU, I believe. Did I
UTEP,
get that correct?
UTEP.
UTEP. I'm sorry that I did
Oh
say
no,
UTEP.
and that's one huge point there too. That I always share with my guys too, like because I always tell them, as an athlete, it's not ever going to be fair, but it's worth it. You know what I mean? And so, just looking at my perspective now, when it comes to fairs, never final last point. All my linemen out there, understand if you're watching this, you got to want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. Right, the defense is training now to step on your toes and wipe your nose. Okay, how do we stop that? By getting something called unconscious consciousness. Okay, so point being, have a set tree, have a battle rhythm, attack with enthusiasm, and then understand that when life slaps you upside the face, stand up and get something out of it.
Man, well, I think that's one of those final message type deals. So just to recap what we've been over today, man, we've got trench wars coming April 9th, Nolan Catholic. This is going to be a reoccurring event. So it'll be the first episode of Trench Wars. We'll be out there live with all the action. Hey, it's a good. If you're looking for some competition, if you've been seeing the talk on the internet, if you're in a different league from your rival team that you really want to get at as a lineman, come out to Trench Wars, man. Come out to Trench Wars, get high-level training, cash, prizes on the line. And this time, players, it's not just the coaches getting the money, the athletes getting the money. Shout out to NIL, the Supreme Court. But Logan, you want to put a bow on it before we sign up?
Yeah, man. So anybody that's interested, understand that the summer is here. Don't let it slip. Tap in with us. April 9th, we're going live. Trench Wars. Anybody's available. Understand that the sooner you sign up, the sooner that I can get with your online coach and talk them through the specifics of what we have going on. It's $200 a team. The oldest group, the biggest dog out the oldest group versus the biggest dog out the second oldest group, so on and so forth. 3 different cash prizes. Don't miss out. Opportunity, lifetime opportunity is knocking. Let's get it.
All right, man. On that note, we'll go ahead and sign out. Oh, just a little note about Semi-Pro Live. This weekend, we will be doing Championship 7-on-7 live from Keller, Texas for the March Madness tournament. One of the biggest tournaments that will be going on this weekend. We'll be live from Keller. Tune in for that. Then we're going to turn around. It's another Texas two-step. We'll be down in Houston for Premier Events, the Houston area regional qualifying tournament. It's a big time 2-day event. Go on, absorb the internet in both ends. But we might do 12 games if somebody wants to book us. Jump in the inbox if you're trying to book football this spring. But hey, it goes. But outside of that, man, I want to thank Logan. This is a recurring thing. So, Lion, go ahead and tune into the page. You're going to be seeing Logan's face more and more when popping. Find out where his adventures are taking him and find out what kind of awesome events he's a part of. But time. We'll see you next time on Semi-Pro Live. We're